I can stack them hundreds to the roof. I ain't stopping till they stack to the moon. Without me, my family wouldn't have food. Anybody go against me gotta lose.
What is up, guys? You're listening to the MFCEO Project. I'm Andy. I'm your host, and I am the motherfucking CEO. Today, I had this whole long, intricate podcast planned out to give you. It was going to be a full-length podcast, but dude, you know what? I've got something more important to talk to you about today. And before I get into that, if this is your first time listening, which it could be, because we have an awesome community who recommend like-minded friends and family to listen. So it very well could be your first time. And the reason it could be your first time is because people pay my fee. What is my fee for this content? What is my fee for giving you the exact tools you need to become the best possible version of you? What is my fee for you to become the motherfucking CEO of yourself? My fee is not money. My fee is this. If, and only if, you find tremendous value in my podcast, if it makes something click for you, if it teaches you something that you are going to use to go out and be successful, I ask that you bring me one friend per episode. That's it. How you bring that friend is up to you. You could make a post. You could tag them on my page. But if you tag them on my page, please explain to them why you're tagging them. Otherwise, I'm just another random motherfucker that you tagged them in, and they don't know what to do. So it could be a personal conversation. It doesn't have to be on just social. But my fee is this. If I teach you some shit that's going to help you, you help me back by bringing me another person, because this is the MFCEO Project for a reason. We call this a project because that's what it is. It is a mission that is built around reversing societal conditioning that is not conducive to success. I am committed and have been committed for close to 3 years on this podcast to help people understand what it really takes to fucking win. None of this bullshit that your teachers tell you, that your fucking parents tell you, that you see in the papers, blah, blah, blah. Everybody's special. Everybody wins. Everybody should feel good. Everybody should have confidence. Everybody should believe in themselves. Everybody should have self-esteem, blah, 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 and fuck you. All of that shit is earned, and it's earned through your actions. If you feel like shit about yourself, it's probably because you went out and did shit that you knew was not right and not conducive to your life and bad for you, and you made poor decisions, and that's why you don't have self-esteem. But that's another topic. Today's topic, I'm going to talk directly to you about why the fuck you aren't winning. Why aren't you winning? It's a very simple answer. It's a very simple answer. You're driving around in a car that you aren't happy with. You're getting a paycheck every 2 weeks that has a number on it that you don't like, that you're not excited about. You live in a dwelling that is not something that you're proud of. And you continue to do the same thing over and over and over again in your life. Nothing changes. Nothing improves. Your situation remains the same. Why is it that certain people live in certain houses and make certain amounts of money and drive certain kinds of cars and are much, much happier and more fulfilled? Why are people more accomplished? Why do people that come from the same place that you fucking came from succeed and you don't? Lots of people have the answer for you these days. Lots of people will tell you that you need to buy this program, or you need to listen to me, or you need to do this. And by the way, this is a little asterisk for you. If you look at someone and they haven't done what it is you want to do, why the fuck would you listen to them? Because a lot of you do it. You haven't done your homework into seeing where they really come from. Did somebody really build a company, or did they walk into a company and help it grow? Did somebody actually operate a business? Did they actually build a real estate business, or did they just teach you about how to do real estate? I don't know about you, but I prefer to learn about making fucking money from people who have made it from fucking nothing, because those people are the ones that have gone through the fucking grind. But that's another topic too. So let's think about why certain people succeed. Why do they succeed? Why do they seem to have every single thing happen for them? Why do certain coaches, let's say Bill Belichick or Nick Saban, two of easily the top 5 coaches of all time, and anybody would agree with that. Why do those guys, and let's just talk about Nick Saban for a minute. Why does Nick Saban every single year have a new group of kids that come in, and the press is saying, oh, they talk about this new team. Oh, this team, dude, they're going to kill Alabama this year. And what happens? They march out on the fucking field, and 99 times out of 100, Alabama stomps their fucking faces. Why is that? Why do the Patriots win over and over and over and over and over again? Why is that? Is it fucking luck? Is it a roll of the dice? Is it destiny? No. It's very, very simple. Your standards are to win. Their standards are to fucking dominate. What does that mean? That means this. The reason you drive a car that you're not happy with, and the reason you make a number on the paycheck you're not happy with, and the reason that you live a place that you're not happy with, and a life that you're not happy with, is because it is the minimum acceptable existence that you see as not embarrassing to the rest of your family and friends. You set the bar for yourself at 100. And where do you perform? You perform at 60. See, we as humans inherently perform to the lowest level of acceptance that we set for ourselves. Now, there are 1 or 2% of people who constantly push and constantly grow, and I'm going to show you how to become one of those people in just a second. But the first thing you have to do is understand why you are where you are. And it's because you accept it. It's because your family and your friends and your people that you surround yourself with accept your level of existence. They don't make fun of you. They don't fucking tease you. You don't feel embarrassed to drive the car you drive. You don't feel truly embarrassed to get the check that you have. Sure, you would like nicer things. You would like more money. You would like a nicer car. But you know what? I'd like to have fucking 10-foot long dick. Guess what? What we like isn't what we fucking have. So you guys who fucking are setting these standards for yourself and performing at the minimum level of what you accept are there for a very specific reason. And it's in our DNA as humans. The reason Nick Saban and Bill Belichick dominate isn't because they are trying to win. They're not trying to win games. They're not trying to win national championships. They are going out with the intention of fucking dominating every single game. And not just every single game, but every single play. I can promise you for a fact that when Alabama or fucking the Patriots win a game 28-16, they're not celebrating the win. They're getting their asses chewed in film and broken down play by play by play about what they did wrong, about what they could do better. You hear this all the time from great athletes. What do they think about? Do they think about the championships they won? No. They think about the shots that they missed. And you know why they think about the shots that they missed? Because they are focused on improving, and their standard is not winning. Their standard is domination. And they know to dominate that every fucking play matters, that every practice matters, that every book they read matters, every seminar they go to matters, every time they take a piss and they don't wipe off the toilet seat. That's a reflection on them. They are operating in a level of domination in everything that they fucking do. Now, if you want to raise your standards to be successful, what should you do? Well, you have to start thinking on a different level. You have to start thinking about fucking dominating. Because unless you think about dominating, you're going to have a problem winning. Because like I said, we operate at the lowest possible acceptable standard of what we set. So if we set the bar just to win or just to get by or just to survive, which is what is in humans' DNA, by the way, just survival, we are setting the standard to get beat. So for us to win and for us to win big, we've got to set the standards huge. Now, when this comes to you, this means that instead of thinking that you want to make $100,000 a year, you need to start thinking that you want to make $10 million a year. And anything less than that is unacceptable. And when you set that standard, guess what will happen? You might not make $10 million a year, but I bet you make $1 million. I bet you make $2 million. I bet you make $3 million eventually. And you know what? 3 is a lot better than setting it for $100,000 and making 70. Your guys' standards are too low. You're accepting something that you don't want because, not because you're not willing to do the work, but because how you think about your life and the standards that you set is not in the proper place for you to get the result that you want. Does Alabama lose a fucking game? Absolutely. Does fucking the Patriots lose? Absolutely. But it's not much. And the reason it's not much is because they set out to dominate, not win. We talk a lot about 100-0 and what that fucking means. And a lot of people don't get it. A lot of people think it's about being ruthless. They think it's about being mean. They think it's about being some sort of fucking quote-unquote savage that people like to say now. That ain't what it's about at all. It's about understanding that unless you set out to dominate, you're not going to win the way you want. If you guys want to achieve big, if you want to learn how to win, if you want to become someone who sets the fucking standard for everyone around you, going out and working hard is not enough. Going out and being a productive member of a team is not enough. It is not enough to go out and execute. That's another buzzword that people like to throw around. It's not enough. You have to set your standard on domination. Whatever the fucking job is that you're doing right now, whether it be fucking cooking French fries or making decisions for Boeing or anything in between, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Your job should be to dominate every other motherfucker that you work with. That's a good place to start. Don't just do the job good. Don't just make a good fucking Big Mac. Don't just make good fucking fries. Make the best fucking fries in all of McDonald's, not your store, in the whole company. Make the best Big Mac in the whole fucking company. Like I said in the last podcast, a lot of you guys think that what you're currently doing is a waste of time because you can't see upside to it. Well, contrary to what a lot of these motherfuckers tell you, like I've said over and over again, you're going to have to do what you fucking hate for a while until you get to do what you love. You're going to have to fucking earn the opportunity to do what you love. I don't care what anybody else tells you. I've built shit from nothing. I come from a fucking small-ass town in the middle of the fucking country on a fucking gravel road. Okay? It took me 10 years to get to $1 million in sales. 10 fucking years. I didn't walk in and somebody hand me something. I didn't fucking get an inheritance. This shit came from the fucking earth. And it grew. And the reason it grew, and the reason it's going to keep growing, is not because I want to win. It's because I want to be the best that there ever fucking was. And if I shoot for that, will I become the best that ever was? I don't know. It's possible, I guess. There are a lot of great business people in my space who have done amazing things, who are much, 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 much more successful than me. But I know if I'm going to even compete on that level, I've got to set my standard to fucking crush everything they've ever done. And that's where everybody fucks up. That's where most people fuck up. That's why their lives suck. That's why they're unhappy. That's why they don't get paid what they want. That's why they don't live where they want to live. That's why they have dreams instead of goals. And there's a fucking difference there, by the way. A dream is something that would be nice. A goal is something you're going to fucking do. Big difference. Most of you have dreams. A few of you have goals. I would like to see all of you switch your mentality from having dreams to having goals. And the way that you're going to do that is you're going to raise your standard of execution by raising your standard of what you expect from yourself. And what you expect from yourself isn't just to be the best burger maker on that shift. It's to be the best burger maker in the fucking company. It's to be the best. You hear these inspirational guys. Everybody has massive potential. I agree. They do. Everybody has massive potential. The problem is most people never fucking tap it because they think like their friends think. They think like their family thinks. They think like their teachers told them to think. And they set their standard around what's acceptable. They say, I want to make $100,000 a year. And what do they make? They make 60. That's the way the world works, man. You can argue with me all you want. You'll never change my mind because I've seen it. I've lived it and I know what it's about. And I can promise you, whatever it is you think you want, you better set your fucking standard so far above that so that even if you fucking fall on your fucking face, you're still crushing it. That's the way your life is going to work. And if you're thinking about it any other way, you're fucking yourself and not in the right way. This is about dominating. This 100-0 culture, this is about dominating. This is some bullshit hashtag. This is about a lifestyle. This is about a mentality. It's about a culture. It's about changing your mind from what everybody else has put into it over the last 20, 30 years of your life and putting the right shit in so that you're able to create what you want, so that you're able to do what you want. I could give you the exact recipe on how I run my business. I could give you the exact recipe on how to build a real estate company. I could give you the exact recipe on how to fucking do anything. But until your mindset is in the proper place and your standards are in the proper place, it doesn't fucking matter what you do. And on the flip side of that, when your standards are in the proper place, it doesn't fucking matter what you do because you're going to win. You could be the guy sweeping the floor and become an executive of the fucking company. You don't have to own your own business. It's not for everybody. Sometimes being a part of a company is a way better option. In fact, most of the time. But that doesn't mean that your potential to win and dominate inside that company is stifled. See, a lot of you guys think that you have to own your own business. No, you don't. There's a lot of fucking things that go into owning your own business. My dad always used to tell me, he was in the electrical business, just because you're a great electrician doesn't mean you're going to be a great contractor. What does that mean? It ain't for everybody. Just because you're great at X doesn't mean you're going to have a great company doing X. That's just the truth because there's so much business behind it. That's why you see so many lawyers go out there and fucking go to law school and then change careers because they can't run a fucking business along with their law skills. That's why you see doctors go out there. And even though doctors are supposed to be rich, they're not rich. They struggle because they don't understand how to run a business. We see this a lot in specialized professions. It's just not for everybody. But that's okay. It doesn't have to be. You can work from inside the company. You could be an entrepreneur. You could be someone who drives the performance and gets paid very fucking well. But none of it matters if you don't have your standards in the right spot. So my challenge to you is for you to think about exactly what it is you will accept as your life. What would be the minimum amount of money that you would accept? What would be the minimum kind of house that you will accept? What would be the minimum kind of car that you will accept? What will be the minimum kind of life that you will accept? And then when you figured that out, which by the way is already 1 million steps ahead of everybody else because most people don't even know what the fuck they're after, then you set the standard far, far beyond that and believe it. Because your actions will reflect that standard. And guess what? You're probably not going to hit the standard that you set for yourself. You're going to fall short. And when you fall short, you're going to be where the fuck you want to be. This ain't about winning. It's about dominating. Your life is not about getting by. It's about dominating. Your life is not about survival. It's about dominating. And until you get that through your head, you're going to have a hard, hard journey ahead of you.